Welcome back to my channel, Moon Girl Tarot. It's your girl, Chris Marie, back with another weekly astrological and tarot report for January 8th through the 14th. Now, this is a very exciting week. We have the new moon in Capricorn, so we have new influences and tangible results that are coming with this hard work. We have Mercury changing signs into Sagittarius that is going to help elevate this manifestation thinking. And we do have a square in Neptune that is blocking some of these dreams, especially from outward people. But let's go ahead and take a closer dive into your week this week. If you would like to get a personal reading to find out more about what's happening to you, please go to my website at moongirltarot.com. Let's get started. Welcome Aries Sun and Aries Rising. Let's go ahead and get into your week for January 8th through January 14th. Now, Mercury is in Sagittarius. This is going to elevate our ways of thinking, okay? This is going to set you outside of the box. And if you really feel like you are trying to manifest something greater, a huge change, then you are right on the same path. And if you are feeling that you are worried or nervous or afraid of the future, well, my friend, hopefully this reading will help you out. Square Neptune in Pisces. What this means is that you're going to be having some of those blocks be coming here forward, and we'll understand a little bit more going into the week. And then we have the new moon in Capricorn, January 11th or January 12th, depending on where you are. And this energy is really going to help. The Mars in Capricorn gives us a lucky break that everybody deserves, especially you, Aries. Okay. Let's go ahead and dive right on in and see what is the overall theme, right? What is the overall theme that you might be experiencing this week? And thank you so much for liking, sharing, subscribing. All of the interaction definitely helps out this channel so much. All right, let's go ahead and take a look here. Get that shuffled here for you, Aries. Okay, Aries Sun, Aries Rising. Your overall theme for this week, and it's all about lucky breaks, okay? Because we have Mars moving in Capricorn, and Capricorn is the sign of things that are going to turn things into tangible rewards, okay? We have inner goddess. That is you, Aries, Aries Sun and Aries Rising. Let's go ahead and take a look a little bit more of you tapping into that inner goddess, right? That feminine, that masculine, that energy in there. And this one says, awaken the goddess within you through dance, self-care, and appreciation of your divinity, okay? So really embracing self-love, your energy, where you are and where you want to be. Okay, Aries, let's take a look. Now for your Earth sector, for your work and finance, okay, things that are happening, we have the new moon in Capricorn, so you're really working on a change, okay? So your Earth sector for your work and finance, we have the Empress, okay? So this is wonderful Venus-like energy. And if anything, you really want to manifest something to obtain something, okay? You want to have, move into another place, into a better place. You're saving for more money, okay? For a child. Or maybe you're wanting, to have an actual child. This card comes up even in the Earth sector in the sense of things that are tangible, right? New moon, maybe you're thinking about adding to the addition to your family or making changes with family. So when it comes to your Earth sector, when you work in finance, when it comes to things that are actually something that you can manifest and have, it is going to be greatly affected you and your children. So it's going to be something that you're able to not just receive, but give back, okay? So this is really good energy. This is really good energy for you, Aries. All right, let's go a little bit further into the new moon, okay, in Capricorn. It's going to be in the Earth sign. So let's just pull one more card for this Earth sector and take a look. What are you trying to manifest? What else do you need to know when it comes to it? Because Aries, the new moon is going to be in your 10th house, okay, of public, of career, of things that are extremely important to you. Now here you are immediately, Aries, when it comes to the new moon, when it's going to be in your 10th house of career. So the Page of Wands upright indicates that you are going to have this motivation. You are on the right path of manifesting, working towards that goal, okay? So if it is something that's going to benefit not only yourself but other people, right? Something, tangible, a house, a reward, a bonus, a loan, or something going through. I feel like you're going to get good news this week, Aries. So come back and check, especially by Wednesday, Thursday, to find out what is in works, what is manifesting, what energy is coming through. Okay, Aries, when it comes to communication with others, yourself, okay, just messages from the overall universe, what might be coming through, right? It's all tapping into your inner goddess. We have the King of Wands reverse, okay? So this energy comes up when we are having all this motivation going through, but the communication is not everybody's on board, okay? And I think a lot of signs are going to experience this, right? Mars in Capricorn is going to give a lucky break to every single sign. And Aries, look where you have Capricorn in your chart and where Mars is in your chart. But the thing about it is that, right, Aries, nobody tells you no, right? It's usually like, okay, I'm going to go create solutions. So even though you're on the right path and things are developing and building, especially to reward yourself and family, not everybody's on board. Now, I said something earlier today, and it's truly going to be my mantra. And I want you to have this mantra, Aries. You can't talk big numbers with small-minded people. You can't talk big ideas with someone who's not going to see the bigger picture. You see what I'm saying, Aries? That communication. So you might get communication of somebody closest to you who's not thinking that these are great ideas. They are great ideas. Keep moving here forward. Okay. All right. So when it comes to your emotions, all right, when it comes to your water, okay, let's take a look at this. There it is. See, holding true, Aries. We have the Eight of Wands upright. So this means this is communication. This is good news, okay? So emotionally establishing, and this is 8. So this means another person's resource. So I see how this week is being played out for you, Aries, is that even though if you stay true to your passions, you stay true to what you're trying to manifest and that path that you're on, even though not everybody is going to be on your side, on your team, not giving you the best communication, right? It's what you do with it. You're still going to pull through. Somebody else does believe in you. There is going to be good news. So like I was saying, hold on through, especially working with this new moon in Capricorn. Now, I cast spells, Aries. So if you're wanting to work with me and help manifest this ritual, make sure you go to my website, moongirltarot.com, so I can get that set up there for you. But that's good news that it's emotionally rewarding, that involves somebody else's resources. Okay, so again, alone, somebody else with work, all this money, it's really coming through and it's really helping not just the outside resources, but the inside resources as well. All right, Aries, let's go. I was about to say, let's go into your fire sector, your passions, your love, okay? And let's talk about this. So we have the Four of Swords upright. So when it comes to singled or coupled Aries, Aries Sun and Aries Rising, the love department is very, they're crickets, right? There's not much going on. If anything, you're still wondering about communication from your other partner, okay? It looks like it's going to be good news, like we see right here, emotionally rewarding, but it really feels more like work. So I don't want you to jump too ahead here, Aries, but it feels like things are okay, but they're kind of just as they are. Now, Aries, if you focus on the bad news, right? If you focus on the bad news, you're going to manifest bad news, right? If you focus on things that are okay and things that what you can control, and the things that you're able to do, then it feels like it's going to come back definitely on top there for you. Okay, Aries, let's go ahead and pull one more card for you. A little bonus round, so I appreciate it. If you made it to the bonus round, can you comment? Yay! Or how much you like this reading. But let's get the overall theme for this new moon, okay? It looks like you're going to have an abundant week where you're really addressing what's important to you and the choices that you're going to be making about them. Now, it comes here, it says Mother Earth. I love this. You're called upon to help with, with the environment. So Capricorn is an earth sign. It is about the environment. It's about things making changes. You really are making changes, Aries. Aries Sun and Aries Rising. You are being put in the position to manifest, to have abundance, to have wealth, emotional wealth, and financial wealth as well. When it comes to love, it really is a little distracting energy when it comes there. I'm going to be sending you some loving, healing energy, especially so you can ease up on that. But it sounds like everything else, you got it. All right, Aries Sun and Aries Rising, thank you so much for watching this weekly reading. Come on back next week, and I'll make sure I'll have this here for you. And I'll see you then. Bye-bye. Taurus Sun and Taurus Rising, this is your weekly astrological report as well as your psychic weekly reading. I am Moon Girl Tarot, and if you would like to get a session with me, just go to my website, moongirltarot.com. Okay, so let's highlight what's happening in the universe. We have Mercury changing signs going into Sagittarius, which is going to elevate our thinking. It's really going to put you outside of the box, Taurus. You are a fixed sign. This is mutable energy. So if you feel like you're rushing ahead or moving forward or can't catch up, that's okay. Give yourself some time. Now, we're going to have some square Neptune in Pisces. That just means dreams and things and motivation. Going to feel like a little bit of a block. But we have the new moon in Capricorn. So fellow earth sign, it is a very good opportunity to really manifest things of longevity and things of tangible results. Now, Mars is also going to be in Capricorn. This is going to mean lucky breaks, especially if you look where you have Capricorn in your sign and where Mars is in that sign. But there is going to be some great changes that are coming up this week. So Taurus Sun and Taurus Rising, let's go ahead and take a look at the overall theme, okay? The overall theme and the overall energy that is going to be kind of showcasing this week. So we have the arts. Express yourself through creative activities, okay? So there's going to be a lot of expression and a lot of opportunities for you to be able to do so, okay? So let's go a little bit further into your earth sector, your work, your finance, things that are manifesting. And plus we have the new moon in Capricorn, so make sure you stay for that bonus card, that bonus energy. Okay, so Taurus, for your earth sector, for your work and finance, let's take a look and see what's coming up here. Now, we do have the Three of Swords. So this indicates that there is a loss, okay? There is going to be a loss or something feeling. Now, it doesn't feel like anything is stolen. It doesn't feel like something, you looked and there went your pocketbook kind of thing. It feels like something or someone you invested in, it's not pulling through. Now, it means that, maybe they spent maybe it's a child, maybe it's a child that spent too much, or it's a bill that's coming up. But I feel like it's coming at the worst kind of time, right? Now, when it comes to manifesting, having enough money, right? If you go last week, Taurus, I think I told you to hold on to that money, right? That something was going to happen. Well, here we are, Taurus. Something has happened and is going to need your financial attention, okay? This card definitely looks very dramatic how he's down there, but it is. It is financially dramatic there for you, Taurus. So there is an expense. There is something here that is going to require, you can't ignore it. You can't ignore it. So if your car or something happens and you're like, maybe I could stretch it to the end of the week, it feels like you can't, okay? You use your better judgment, but that's what it feels like. All right. Now, for the new moon, right? We have the new moon coming up. So you are going to be working on manifesting something that's tangible, of course, money, fixing this issue. So let's just talk about it while we're here. Now, good card. We have the Nine of Cups upright. So that's an emotional and abundance. So it is. Things are going to work out. So I feel like it's going to be an even balance. So whatever you're manifesting and working towards money, working towards whatever happened with that expense, it's going to be taken care of, right? All is well in the universe, right? Thank you, universe, right? Thank the universe for that awesome abundance, because you're definitely, whatever issue is going to cost you money, it's going to come up on top. Now, I see the new moon for you, Taurus Sun and Taurus Rising, is going to be in the 9th house, okay? That's the 9th house of Sagittarius, of occult, religion, studies, longevity, travel. So if you are traveling this week, if you are studying, or if you have tuition, bills, right? School, right? That's probably what it's going to be head towards, but hopefully you'll have everything taken care of. Okay, so when it comes to your air sector, when it comes to communications, right? Your communications with yourself, with other people, news, things that are coming through, Taurus, we have the Hierophant upright, okay? So this represents a spiritual message. There are going to be some spiritual messages and spiritual connections. I really feel like you are going to be seeing those numbers of like angel numbers. So I'm really getting 777. This definitely represents that somebody's watching over you. I'm really thinking that someone's really going to help take care of whatever this is happening. But I feel like this is very divine. Okay, Taurus, so whatever happens here to you this week, somebody's out there overlooking for you. Somebody out there is watching here for you and letting you know, even though you're going through these tough times, you are on the right path and you got good people there working for you. So I think you're going to get that communication of help, that communication of support, that communication of divinity, the communication from your ancestors all the way around. And you're going to be noticing, maybe you're going to get in the car and you're going to hear their favorite song, or you're going to hear something that reminds you of them. So a lot of psychic connections with things that are evolving and changing there for you, okay? All right, let's go to your water sector, your emotions, okay? So things that are emotionally, important to you and things that might shift in that way. Well, we have the Three of Pentacles reverse, and it really is back to money. It's back to work, and it is reversed. So this means that, emotionally speaking, you're going to be like, why is it all falling down? Why is it, not working out for me? Now, I want you to understand that Mars is in Capricorn. So if things are changing in a sense where you're not be able to go any further, you can always pivot. You can always go to a different direction. So I feel like through the midweek, especially through Wednesday and Thursday, you are going to be shifting directions, okay? So maybe the help that you're getting, the energy that you're trying to manifest something here is going to come with some kind of like attachment, okay? Emotionally speaking. And it's going to be a tough one, but it's going to be one that is going to be helping you get through it. Okay, Taurus, Sun and Rising, let's look at your fire sector. Let's look at your passions. Let's look at your love. Let's look at that energy right there and see what's coming up for this week. Now, we have the Six of Cups reverse. So when it comes to love, when it comes to couples, and it comes to single Tauruses, even that sense, we are really kind of putting those people on the side, okay? So Six of Cups reverse is, kind of like rejection in a sense, right? So when it comes to love, if you're single, there might be somebody interested in you. You're just not interested in them. If you're coupled, your partner really wants your attention. You're just not giving it. And it's because your energy is elsewhere. Your energy is in making money, the money that's been lost, the money that is being established, the money that is being helped here with you, and things that are being redirected. So talk to your partner, especially if you're starting off this week right, watching my readings. You say, hey, Kristen says it's going to be a little tough. I'm going to be a little hyper-focused this week, catch my attention. So make time for your partner, make time for the energy, and make time for the people that, that love you and that really want to be around you, okay? And if you know who they are, definitely cross-watch the energy and the signs. You never know, right? You can always find out their sun and their rising. All right, let's pull out another overall energy of what you might be going through the mid of the week for the new moon. Now, the new moon represents new establishments, and it can be new challenges, but it offers solutions to those challenges, right? And it feels like you are going to get solutions when it comes to these hard changing challenges for you, Taurus. So let's look at the overall theme. This is a little bonus here for you, a little extra, for coming up for the new moon. So let's see that here. So we have indecision, we have 8. So and it's another one here. So I really feel like, you might feel guilty or you might feel bad. Don't feel bad if somebody's willing to help you, if somebody's willing to, offer their support. Of course, look at their intentions, read the fine line, know what you're getting yourself into. But it really is about other people's resources. It really is about times of changing. And it really is about the direction that you go is going to change the course of others. So this is good karma, Taurus. I see this as good karma coming your way. You just got to believe in yourself, understand the emotion of it and don't ignore people around you. All right, my friend, I will see you next week for a weekly tarot card reading and astrological report of what's coming through. If you want to go more into your energy, feel free to go to my website, moongirltarot.com, to get a session with me. And even if you're local, I service out in Pueblo West, Colorado, and I service worldwide online. Well, thank you so much, my friends. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you back next time. Gemini Sun and Gemini Rising. Let's go ahead and take a closer look into your week ahead, January 8th through January 14th. And to keep you updated, we have Mars into Capricorn, and this is going to be like a lucky break that we're going to see, especially from the new moon in Capricorn around January 11th and 12th, depending where you are. Now, you are a mutable sign, okay? That means this energy is very fluid. Take advantage of this because Mercury is going to be in Sagittarius. Now, this is a mutable energy, home of Gemini as well. Now, square Neptune in Pisces, also mutable energy. So there is going to be a little bit of a block, and we'll dive deeper and see a little bit more. And we'll also do an extra card pull because we're going to have the new moon in Capricorn. And this is all about manifestations, bringing things into reality. And Gemini Sun and Gemini Rising, your new moon is going to be in the 8th house. Now, this is going to be like a spiritual death. This is going to be a spiritual rebirth. This is also going to be an income resources of other people's money, okay? So you are going to be in charge into this. So we'll dive deeper. Make sure that you stay to the end of the video to see more what is coming through. Okay, so let's find out what is the overall theme, okay? What's the overall theme? And if you would like to get a personal session with me or a psychic reading, you can go to my website, moongirltarot.com. I service locally in Pueblo West, Colorado, and worldwide online. Okay. All right, Gemini Sun, and Gemini Rising. Let's get your overall theme for this week. And the overall theme that we have is the High Priestess. So this says right here, you have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching. So when it comes to this week, Gemini Sun and Gemini Rising, this really comes to me as your intuition, okay? Having your intuition guiding you and really kind of meditating in this energy. So this is the overall theme of trusting your intuition, knowing that things are going to further develop, okay? Further develop is a big thing. So let's go a little bit further and see what is going to develop, and especially so for your earth sector, for your work and for your finance, things that are coming through, money, especially because we have the new moon in Capricorn, which is an earth sign. Let's take a look and see what's coming up. So we have the Sun card reverse. When this comes up in work, money kind of energy, public as well as private sector, this represents a little bit of unbalance. So Gemini Sun and Gemini Rising, at work, you're dealing with people who are not so happy. Maybe you're not able to express yourself. Maybe there's something going on in a situation where you're really not getting along, okay, with the energy. And it's a little bit of tough, okay? It really feels like self-expression. It really feels like it's, just some like hard times going in with your workship, okay? And of course, we'll go a little bit further because of the new moon and see, what is trying to manifest out of this, okay? So when it comes to work and when it comes to money, it's a little bit on the low key here energy. It means it's not taking away, it's not adding to it. But of course, Gemini, you want to add to it. But there's something here that you're showcasing, but you're not really not. So we'll go back into this a little bit further and find out what the Capricorn new moon can kind of bring this out here for you. Now, moving on to your air, your communication with yourself and to others. All right, and you are an air sign, so let's take a look and see, what's coming through as communication that you need to know this week. Okay, so we have the Four of Cups that comes on out, and this definitely represents information of apology, of regret, okay? And it could even be with yourself. You know, this is something that's coming through, Gemini, that you want more of, that you're like, I don't, you know, you're not too sure of. And maybe there was a second chance offered. Maybe they're offering it to you right now, and maybe you're a little weary of it, okay? Goes back to maybe work. It feels really important when it comes to expressing yourself and expressing yourself outward, because, you know, she's sitting out here in public. She's outside. So the things that you enjoy, the work that you do is not necessarily coming enjoyable. And when in communications, it's really communications with yourself, okay? So communications with others is really just kind of keeping to yourself. And that's good, right? Anytime that you're unsure of your energy, you always want to keep your energy together versus like, you know, responding wherever you go. So, you know, nonetheless, be very gentle with yourself when it comes to what you're communicating to yourself, Gemini, because you're really being hard emotionally is what I'm seeing, okay? Now, Gemini, when it comes to your emotions, even more so, okay, let's dive a little bit deeper. When it comes to your water sector, when it comes to your spiritual self, let's look a little bit deeper into that and find out, especially through the midweek, we have the Queen of Wands. So this is really good. So midweek, I really see you kind of reestablishing more motivation, okay? So there's a shift. There's a big shift here in the week, and I really think it's going to be because of the new moon in Capricorn and Mars in Capricorn. There's going to be something that is a lucky break that's going to be happening around Wednesday, Thursday. Definitely come back, but it's going to reaffirm your energy. Okay, let's take a look at your fire sector. Let's your love, your passions, you know, your relationships to yourself and, of course, to others. Let's look into this. So we have another 4, and I'm seeing this as an angel number, like the High Priestess. This is all about your spiritual self. This is about trusting your intuition. This is all about how the week is going to further develop. With the 4 of Pentacles, when it comes to, you know, your partners, your emotional self, you know, even if you're single or if you're a couple, Gemini, Sun, or Rising, you're keeping things to yourself, okay? There's some energy here that you're wanting to see change from your partner, but even yourself, you're not really offering it too much, are you, Gemini? But that's okay. Let's look a little bit further into the Earth sector, which is going to be really highlighted this week with changes in direction as well as manifestations. Okay, let's go ahead and see what else might be coming through for the new moon. What are you trying to manifest? What are you trying to influence as a tangible reward? Okay, so Gemini, Sun, and Rising, what you're trying to manifest through this new moon is really with trying to overcome, right? With relationships with other people, okay? And even when it comes to the new moon, Gemini, you're going to be in the 8th house. The 8th house deals with, you know, death. It deals with taxes. It deals with things that are intimacy. It deals with other people's resources and money. And even when it comes to 7, that's a lot of Libra. That's a lot of Venus. It's relationships. So there is something that's going to be coming out of this, right? You're going to be on top of this. Going a little bit further, and thank you for staying at the end of this video, let's look at your overall theme for this Capricorn new moon and see how all of this is going to play out for you this week. Okay, so we do have inner wisdom. So you know what you want to do, trust your inner wisdom, and take appropriate action without delay. Now, here's the thing. You are going to have that energy. You're going to have that option to change. Okay, you are going to be able to shift that energy and change it either with delay or not. You know, you always want to make responsible choices, especially when it comes to Capricorn and Mars. It is a responsible choice. So nonetheless, this midweek, when you're presented with something that helps put your motivation forward, and even if you're blocked, right, you're going to have that square to Neptune in Pisces. So Gemini, I see it's going to be with your relationship. Maybe your partner is not 100% on board. Maybe your friends are not 100% on board here with you, but nonetheless, you're going to trust yourself. You're going to trust your intuition and trust that energy. You know, it's a lot of that 8th house energy, which is the unknown, right? Which is really deep within your side, your soul, that's really going to play out within the next 2 weeks. So come back then. I'll see you next week for our next weekly psychic reading and astrological report. You're reading Cancer Sun and Cancer Rising. Let's go ahead and take a look at your week ahead for January 8th and January 14th. Now, in the astrology, we do have Mercury in Sagittarius that is elevating our communication, our thinking, the way that we meditate, the way that we manifest. Now, there's going to be a square in Neptune in Pisces, so when it comes to dreams, there's going to be a blockage, okay? And we'll dive deeper when it comes to the emotional self, what is going on with that. Now, we have a new moon in Capricorn, January 11th through January 12th, depending where you are. And this is going to be great to get tangible returns. Now, speaking of Capricorn, we do have lucky breaks that are happening midday this week. So we're going to take a look at what is going to drive you to those changes. And make sure that you stay later on into the video because I'm going to do an extra card and we're going to talk more about the new moon in Capricorn and what energy you might expect. Okay, and if you would like a personal session with me, just go to my website, moongirltarot.com. Okay, so let's take a look at the overall theme. Cancer Sun and Cancer Rising, the overall theme that you might be experiencing this week. Okay. So what I have here is start delegating. Ask others, including yourself, to help yourself and instead of trying to do everything. So basically, when it comes to the energy of this week, Cancer Sun and Cancer Rising, you need help, okay? And it's no surprise that the new moon in Capricorn is in the 7th house of joint resources coming from your personal resources as well as your business resources. So it looks like to get a little bit further through the week, you are going to be delegating and taking control of what you really want to manifest. Okay, so let's dive a little bit further. Speaking of work, let's go into your earth sector of your work and finance. And of course, we'll go a little bit further into what you're going to be manifesting into this new moon in Capricorn. Okay, so immediately we have you coming up here, this water-like energy, and we have 7 of Cups reverse. So this is actually a really good card to have reverse. Now, this indicates that there is no kind of blockages when it comes to work and finance. You know what you want, okay? You know what you want to achieve, and you're so close to getting a big reward, okay? Everything is coming together. Now, if we look at this card upright, there's all these different elements that is still needed. It's a little bit of confusion. It's not too sure much that needs to get to the next step, but you've done everything. You've done all the steps. You really want to start delegating on where you want to put that energy. So reminding people, your work people, your coworkers, your boss, like, hey, that is my signature. That is my hard work. That's something that you enjoy. I did this, right? And it's good energy. And of course, it's the energy of 7 with Venus, which is money, as well as showcasing what you've been doing at work. That's a really key word there. Okay, and we'll come back a little bit later and discuss more about what is manifesting, especially with that earth sector. But when it comes to communications, when it comes to air, when it comes to communications to yourself, and of course to spirit, what are the messages that are coming through? Well, we have something that is very personal, and it's the Death card reverse. Now, this indicates, this is no shocker, you already know what is changing, what needs to change. Now, this is having to involve other people's resources, okay? This is something that is in motion, that is already happening. Now, this is kind of a secret, so Cancer Sun and Cancer Rising, don't go just shouting out everything that is coming out. Even though it's in motion, there might be some kind of blockages here because I'm getting a lot of water energy, a lot of transformation energy, and it feels like there is that transformation that is coming and that is being communicated to you as well, okay? All right, and it's good news. You already know what it is, and it's coming little bit further. All right, when it comes to your fire, passions, when it comes to your relationships, let's go ahead and take a look at what's coming up here for you, Cancer Sun and Cancer Rising. We have the Page of Wands reverse. So it's a little bit of that frustration of things that not happening right away. So the overall theme is delegation and making sure that things are going your way. But what I've noticed here is the energy has to deal with the response to other people, especially Leos, especially people that are saying that they know what they're doing, but they really don't, right? These people that are boasting, they're being called out, okay? So when it comes to those relationships, especially when it comes to other people, I really feel that they're being called out. Now, when it comes to relationships with your intimate relationships, now singled and coupled Cancers, I really feel that you're kind of checked out, and that's okay. Let your partner know that it is a heavy week. Again, delegation, communication, okay? Things are changing and things are happening, and you're extremely busy. But when it comes to love, when it comes to intimacy, there's not much room for it this week because there's things already in motion that are happening extremely, extremely quick. Okay, when it comes to your emotions, when it comes to your spiritual self, let's go a little bit further into this and find out what's coming up this week. What is going to be that lucky break? And we have the 10 of Cups, and that indicates that this is going to be an overall good week of family, coming together, reunion, join, and abundance. And I also see the number of Capricorn, okay? Now, the new moon is going to be in the 7th house of relationships, of people. And it really feels like you're going to be coming together. You're going to be manifesting love. And of course, join family. This is so much beautiful energy for you, Cancer, especially if you're in a relationship and you're coming together as a family or you're joining in. There's so much support that's happening with your intimate family as well as your outward relationships as well. Now let's take a look further into the new moon and find out what else is going to be coming out of this manifestations, right? Things are going to be unblocked when it comes to work and finance. Everything is being set up. Are you going to get that reward, especially when it comes to it? Whoa, let's see what this is. Now, this card is on its side. I'm going to read it this way. Now, it is the Star card upright, and this indicates that there is going to be a gift. There's going to be reward, but there's a lot of dissatisfaction with it. So if you're expecting a raise, or if you're expecting, those joint resources, is going to be falling a little short. However, this is the energy, if anything, a gift, right? So if you've ever been at a place of business where you've been working so hard for your self-worth and you're counting on that extra big raise, but it's like so underneath of what you anticipated, if anything, you're going to take this as a gift and you're going to go a little bit further with your worth. Okay, so this is like a blessing in disguise. Now, thank you for staying to the end of the video. Let's go a little bit further into this new moon. Let's look at the overall theme and what's going to be coming through this influence of this manifestation. Now, we have compassion, so releasing judgments about yourself and others and focusing on the love and light. So, again, that dissatisfaction, maybe you're kind of weary. Am I going to get it? I'm not too sure if I'm going to get it. Or if you're counting on money or some kind of support when it comes to your job, when it comes to that public resources, be careful. There's somebody else that's trying to kind of take that energy from you. You're going to be disappointed, but nonetheless, it is a gift because you're going to be able to be propelled into a different direction. That Mars in Capricorn is going to be that lucky break to kind of put you forward into a new direction that's going to help manifest within the next 2 weeks. Well, thank you so much. If you want to dive deeper into that, Cancer, and find out a little bit more and what you can benefit from this energy, go to my website, moongirltarot.com. Sun and Leo rising, welcome to your weekly reading. This is for January 8th through January 14th. Now, update, there's going to be a new moon in Capricorn. This is home of this cardinal-like energy, aware of this manifestation of these rewards coming into. Now, this is going to be January 11th through January 12th, so this midweek. Now, we do have Mars in Capricorn. Mars is the planet of drive and direction, and this is going to be a lucky break. So there is something that is going to happen during this midweek, and we're going to see what is going to be that fire, that like energy that is going to be directed and help you into that, Leo, okay? Now, we have Mercury in Sagittarius, so we're going to have elevated thinking. We're going to have higher learning and so much more that you truly, truly want. Now, we're going to go into the new moon in Capricorn and do a reading and find out a little bit more, so make sure you stay to the end of the video. Okay, Leo Sun and Leo Rising, let's look at the overall theme, okay? The overall theme that is going to be coming here through this week. And we have victory, okay? Now, this is a very good energy. So when we have something that's victorious, when we have something that's winning, that we won, this means hard work. This means something that comes very, very, very close, okay? So let's take a look a little bit further into this energy. Now, your earth sector, your work and finance, and we're going to have so much of this earth sector that's going to be highlighted this week because of the new moon in Capricorn is an earth sign. So let's take a look and see with your work and finance what might be coming up here into that may be. And let's fine tune that for you. Let's get a little bit into that because you're definitely thinking about changing things. Okay, so when it comes to your work and finance, it's about that communication, that passion, that drive. So it is really going to be that Mars in Capricorn, that lucky break is really going to come in work. You're not going to get the best news when it comes to finance. Something else is going to require your attention, your money, okay? I know, Leo, that's not something you want to hear, but when it comes to your work and finance, you're unhappy when it comes to your work. You're unhappy when it comes to like your day-to-day job. You're bored, you're not stimulated, you're a little burnt out, right? And so the power in knowing this is that you can put this energy into something else. So when it comes to manifesting, when it comes to work and getting something better, you want to put your energy elsewhere. And we'll come back to that a little bit later. Now, Leo Sun and Leo Rising, when it comes to communications, when it comes to the earth sector, when it comes to communications to yourself, others, and even spiritual messages, let's take a look a little bit further and what I have here for you. Now, we have the Three of Wands. So this definitely comes out of communication, especially from Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde was in Capricorn, and it was really tough. So let's talk about somebody else. Let's talk about who you're thinking about, who you're missing, okay? And is this person thinking about you? And I really think they are, okay? You're really like manifesting. Now, we have a square in Neptune in Pisces, and we'll go a little bit further about how that affects your emotions, but there is a block here, I see. I see that you're spending too much time in this dreamlike energy, right? And kind of waiting and hoping when really the reality has kind of been there for you, okay? So it doesn't mean that person is not going to come around. It just means that it is what it is at that time. Now, Leo, when it comes to those emotions, okay, when it comes to the things that are important to you and what might be coming up is this Four of Wands reverse. So this definitely represents, you know, your emotions with other people, your personal relationships, you know, where they are, and you're taking it very, very hard. So I want to remind you the overall theme of this week is victory. And like I mentioned, it's going to be a tough week, and you might be having, you know, this not the best of support, Leo, this week, coming from your spouse or coming from your partner or coming from the person that you can count on, emotionally speaking. But I want you to know that it is going to be an eye-opener and it is going to help pivot. So I really feel that your Mars in Capricorn, this breakthrough, is helping you get out of this emotion, helping you get out of this mindset. And if anything, this relationship. So speaking of relationships, when it comes to passion, when it comes to love, when it comes to that fire sector into that life, we have the Magician card upright, and this definitely represents new energy, manifestating. So victorious, you're finding out what you don't want. You're figuring out who's who and who is really coming through a little bit forward. So for single Leos and couple Leos, it's definitely an eye-opener of how can we improve the relationship, and of course what you really want in a relationship. When it comes to the new moon, thank you so much for staying to the end of the video. Let's go a little bit further into this and dive in. So we know that there's something about other resources, right? When it comes to work and finance, when it comes to something else, what is something that might come through, if anything? Okay, so we have the bad news, if not something that is dissatisfied, right? But we have the Tower card reversed. So this is kind of line up. So when it comes to that work and finance, when it comes to the earth sector, you already know times are changing. You already know your number's up at this job, or you already know that you're not happy there. Like, things are going to change. So let's look at the overall theme. Since there's going to be so much dynamic to your earth sector, to your actual thing, and because the new moon is going to be in your 6th house of Virgo, so the acts of services to yourself and to others, boundaries are going to be extremely set. So I have happy family that comes through this, and this definitely represents, you know, boundaries, Cancer-like energy, protection-like energy. So even though things are changing financially and to your ground, you really are starting to be able to come out on top of this and really trying to, like, you know, be better through this situation. And maybe, Leo, this is the change that you needed in family. This is the eye-opener that you needed to bring in this reunion and to bring in this, you know, this love of energy. And remember, Mercury's in Sagittarius, so if this energy is coming from outside sources and you're not wanting to listen to it, give them a chance. They might have something to say and help get you to manifest a little bit better. Now, Leo, if you want me to help you out this week, definitely go to my website, moongirltarot.com, and set up a session with me, and I'll look forward to helping you then. Have a great week ahead. Bye-bye. Virgo Sun and Virgo Rising, let's go ahead and take a look at your week ahead, January 8th through January 14th. Now, in astrology, we have the new moon in Capricorn, your sister sign, happening January 11th, January 12th, depending on where you are in the world. Now, this is going to be a heavy 2-week influence that is going to carry on this manifestation of change, okay? Able to manifest real rewards and things that can be able to come through. Now, Mercury is going to be in Sagittarius in your mutable energy, so this is going to elevate your thinking, your higher learning, how you express yourself, and how you're going to obtain this energy. Now, there is a square in Neptune in Pisces, as well as this mutable energy, so there is going to be some emotional blockages that we will talk about as well. And there is going to be a lucky break in this energy and during this midweek, most likely coming after this new moon in Capricorn. This Mars in Capricorn is really going to help change directions from this energy that is coming through and or that is blocking you. Now, stay tuned to the end of the video. I'm going to go a little bit further about the new moon in Capricorn and what house you're going to experience this in Virgo, and a little bit more cards that come with it. So let's go ahead and go with the overall theme, okay? The overall theme that you might be experiencing this week. And if you would like to get a personal session with me, go to my website, moongirltarot.com. Okay, Virgo Sun and Virgo Rising, let's go ahead and take a look at this week, okay? There's going to be so many things that are changing and dynamic. And the first thing that we have here is woman holding coin. So this is really that earth energy. Like I said, your sister sign, this is a gift. This is going to be a gift of change, of something tangible this week that is something that you can hold, that you can grow more into. And we'll look a little bit further and what can come in. You know, what are you gonna obtain? What energy are you trying to establish as a real, as a real change? Okay, so let me give this a good shuffle, and let's go ahead and focus on your earth sector, your work, your finance. You know, the new moon in Capricorn is Earth, so we'll go a little bit further into that. But going on here for your work and finance, let's find out what's coming up this week. Now we have the Six of Cups upright. So we do have help coming in, support. We do have somebody from the past that's coming forward that wants to kind of help you, if anything, get some expertise in your work and finance. Now, this can be collaboration. This could be really good news, Virgo. So this means that somebody that you trust, somebody that you know is going to help you manifest something to obtain that tangible energy when it comes to your work and finance. And again, we'll go a little bit further into this. Now, when it comes to communications, when it comes to your air sector, your communications with yourself and others, and spiritual messages that are coming through, we have the Hierophant upright. So this is definitely a spiritual card, and you are going to be receiving spiritual messages all through the week, okay? You're going to be having these messages coming very strong in a sense to where you might feel like you will change direction, okay? So either this person from the past or somebody coming through, but this is going to be this energy that you do have to trust, Virgo, okay? So communication, if you feel like you're having signs and signals, you're like, it's like the universe is talking to me, absolutely right. Now, this energy of 5, I want you to see that this does represent not just a spiritual change, but a physical change. So whatever's being communicated to you is something that is going to be life-changing. Now, again, the overall theme for this week is money is a gift. So this is something that is so desperately that you need, that is going to be a life-changing energy that's going to be communicated to you. Now, for your emotions, for your water sector, okay, things that are developing, very spiritual as well, we have the Six of Swords reverse. So we have something that is not happening right away. So we do have something in the midweek, that Mars in Capricorn, that energy that involves with other people, right? So it's a little bit disheartening and disemotioning. So something of an act of service. So I see something that, you know, something that maybe you want to do for somebody. There's a block. You know, you have somebody helping you, and I understand the energy exchange. So this definitely has that spiritual energy that things are still developing, okay? Things are still changing. And the energy is also with like, how much can you do for somebody else? That's another thing. You can only do so much of what you're capable and what you're doing, okay? All right, Virgos, when it comes to fire, when it comes to that passion, when it comes to love, okay? Let's look at the energy of this week and find out a little bit closer what's going to be coming here through Virgo Sun and Virgo Rising. Let's take a look and see when it comes to that love. Now we have the Queen of Pentacles upright. So love is it's tangible. It's holding at the end of week. Things are going to change. So again, money, a woman holding coins. She's holding it right there. So at the beginning of the week and at the very end of the week, it's going to be very abundant. I feel that you are making these changes. You are elevating your thinking. There is that emotional block that you're getting from another person, okay? But that's okay. Not everybody's going to be understanding, and you're still getting support. Understand and trust your intuition and keep going with it. Now, let's go a little bit further into this new moon in Capricorn and find out what else is coming in through when it comes to money, when it comes to tangible resources. Now, we have the Strength card reverse. Now, your new moon is going to be in the 5th house of Leo, of expression, okay? Children, and also of showcase, just creativity, of showcasing an energy. And there's going to be so much that you're going to feel like you want to do, but you can't do. And it really feels like that's where you're going to get that energy of support. So take it from another Virgo. It's so hard to say, I need help, you know? So if somebody's willing to offer it, or if somebody's asking or like offering their help, don't reject their energy. Because if anything, this is going to be something that is going to help pull you out and help express you, okay? So if somebody's noticing that you might need a little help with something at this or asking for a hand, it is going to help produce a better result. Now, your overall theme for this new moon in Capricorn, what you're going to be manifesting this 2-week long influence that's coming here forward, we have peace. There's no need to worry, Virgo. Everything is going to work out very beautifully, very perfectly, okay? So whatever might be coming through, now again, money, a gift, spiritual energy, you're still going to be having. So by this goal, if you're trying to achieve something, you're trying to save some money, if you're trying to save something so you can spend it, I see that you start this week with this goal and you end this week succeeding this goal, okay, Virgo? But it's really a heavy focus on change and using this energy and help manifesting. So of investment, using an investment that helps you to a better goal, which gets you there. Now, things elevating and thinking. So you're thinking outside of the box, Virgo, to get you to that end result. And if you are thinking outside the box, because that's where your new moon is. It's in the house of Leo, of expression, playfulness, okay? Kind of going outside of the rules, coloring outside of the lines a little bit, Virgo, taking yourself out of your comfort zone so you can get back into the swing of things. Come check back next week. Let me know how things work out here for you. And I definitely can't wait to see you there again. Bye-bye. Sun and Libra rising, welcome to your weekly tarot card reading and astrological horoscope. We're going to dive a little bit deeper into the week of January 8th through January 14th. Now, keep in mind, there's a lot of things happening in the universe. We have the new moon in Capricorn, January 11th, January 12th, depending on where you are in the universe. Now, this is going to be tangible energy. Capricorn is an earth sign. It is a cardinal energy. It is very serious. So there is going to be something that is going to come through that is going to help influence the next 2 weeks, especially so. Now, a square Neptune in Pisces, Libra, the emotional self, we're going to see a little bit of a blockage and definitely a change and shift in energy, and we will see how you handle it. Mars in Capricorn is going to give that lucky break. So even though there's going to be something that is going to happen this week that shifts the energy, hopefully you'll be able to do something with it. Now, influenced by Mercury in Sagittarius brings that higher level of learning, brings that energy of, closeness to spiritual realm. Now, Libra, you might be a little turned off to this energy, right? You might be seeing people out there broadening their horizons, trying new things, and you might not be having anything to do with it. This might bite you in the butt later on. So we'll definitely talk about that when it comes to communications. Now, stay to this video because we're going to talk more about this new moon in Capricorn and what house it's going to affect you with, and a little bit more on how you're going to be setting those boundaries. So Libra Sun, and Libra rising, thank you so much and welcome to this video interaction. Definitely helps it out. And if you would like to get a personal session with me, all you have to do is go to my website, moongirltarot.com. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the overall theme. The overall theme of energy that you might be experiencing this week. So let's fine tune that here for you. Libra Sun and Libra rising. We have very of a serious but dynamic, week that's coming up ahead. So door to value, very good. Money, so life-changing energy, okay? Opportunities, okay? Now this energy is coming through. You see this cash flowing, but this also represents, are you going to take it, right? Are you going to let this change happen, or are you going to let it pass you by, right? I talked about you being a little stubborn. Talked about you, when it comes to the elevating to the higher energy and the learning doesn't mean you're going to take it, right? So let's dive into it. Your earth sector, your work and finance. Let's find out a little bit more what is going to be coming through in this emotional and physical self, right? It's emotional. People don't think it's emotional, but it is. When you're at work and when you're trying to, improve your wealth and improve your livelihood, there is a lot that goes into it. So Libra, I see that you got the 8 of Cups upright. So there is something that is changing. I do see that this involves other people's money, other people's resources. Now, when it comes to your work and finances, this is a little disappointment. Maybe when it comes to your yearly review, you're not getting as much as you thought. Now, it's okay. Now, like I mentioned, sometimes this kind of news can put that fire, can put that passion and make you change. So when it comes to your work and finance, there's something there that isn't working, and you're thinking about changing directions, allocating that energy and trying to get it more. So we'll take a look about it a little bit further. I won't leave you hanging there, because there is a lot of transformation that's happening in that work and finance. And it does involve, an ego death. It does involve some kind of sense to where something happens, something has to give in order for you to get it, or you have to travel in order for something to improve, okay? Now, when it comes to your communications, what we were talking about, areas of Mercury, communications with yourself, communications with others. Now we got the star card upright. Now this does indicate a better attitude, okay, Libra? Now this does indicate choosing this energy of communication. So I do see that this isn't the best of news. This is something that is going to be costly into this week. Like I mentioned, money coming out, opportunity, but it kind of turns into an expense. But you're able to turn this around into a positive sense. So even though something's called to you to go a way that's expensive in a sense, you're able to turn it back into itself. Now Libra Sun and Libra rising, when it comes to your emotional self, when it comes to any kind of spiritual messages, we got the Two of Swords upright. And that's definitely you right there, Libra. There's the scales right there. So emotionally speaking, you are on the fence. But I like to call this lady, she's like blind Sally. She's aware that she's holding swords. She's aware that she's sitting outside. She's aware that there's water. She is aware of her senses. So that's the thing, Libra. I want you to be awareness. Bring this awareness around. Be aware that there's opportunities, but it's limited. Be aware that things are happening, but it's limited, okay? And set those boundaries in a sense. Don't be wishy-washy in that energy. And I see that if you make a clear choice, you're going to get clear answers and clear results. Now, when it comes to your fire sector, when it comes to passions, when it comes to love, okay, we have the Seven of Wands. So when it comes to that, it's really about yourself. And it's almost if you're coupled or if you're single, it's almost like you're fighting against everybody, Libra. So if you do happen to miss this opportunity, if you're by the end of this week, you're watching this, you're like, dang, I wish I would have watched this. I wish I would have watched the rest of the video because I did miss an opportunity. It's okay, Libra. I want you to be gentle with yourself because I feel like you're going to overcome these boundaries. This is something that is here. Now, when it comes to, other people, you're kind of fighting this energy. Try to access this peace in that sense. Now, let's go a little bit further into this new moon in Capricorn, right? We see you walking away to something. We see something emotionally challenging and happening. Let's go a little bit further and see what's this coming up. So it is the Three of Pentacles upright. So Libra, this does indicate that you are going to be called to something greater. So if something has happened to your job, Libra Sun, Libra rising, like if you lost your job or something has happened where you're not getting as much, this is going to be back on top. This is something that's greater that's going to be coming back here to you. Now the overall theme, Libra, for this new moon, I love it, is the Garden and the Gate. So even though there's a lot of chaos and there's a lot of things multiply changing, I mean, we have Mars and Capricorn. You're getting a lucky break, but you have to choose it. You have to see it. You can't see it as like, this is all I have. No, you got to take it as a lucky break. You got to take it as a wonderful opportunity that is going to propel you into the future. It's all about perspective in that sense. In this picture, do we see money coming to the ground as blessing, or do we see money blowing away, right? It's all about timing as well. So let me know. And if you would like to get a session, just again, go to my website, moongirltarot.com, and I look forward to connecting with you then. Sun and Scorpio rising, welcome to your weekly tarot card reading. and let's dive into the week of January 8th and January 14th. Now, in astrology, we have a few things happening that is going to be really strong energy. Mercury in Sagittarius, a lot of closeness, a lot of communication, of elevated thinking, a lot of thinking into the future. Now, this is a square with Neptune in Pisces. You're a water sign, so there is going to be a delay or some kind of emotional block. We'll look in that a little bit further. Now, the new moon is going to be in Capricorn, January 11th, January 12th, depending on where you are in the universe, but this is going to be a heavy influence. You definitely want to get with me with spell work because the new moon is going to be in your third house of communications. So communications is going to come in extremely heavy. That is going to affect the next 2 weeks of your decision making. Now, Mars in Capricorn, this is that lucky break. But depending on your emotions, you can make it your lucky break or not. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive in further into your weekly reading. And if you would like to get a session with me or a candle spell, go to my website, www.moongirltarot.com. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the overall theme of this week. We have a lot of heavy energy that's very serious, that's coming through. We have the new moon happening in your third house of technology, communications, and things that are happening. Now, we have purification, your overall theme. It is time for a cleansing, detoxification of your mind and your body. So, lots of communication. So, as I had a feeling, there's going to be heavy energy that's coming through. And you might feel that you need a break from it. You might feel that it's going to be very taxing energy, not just on you mentally, but on you physically. You might want to schedule a massage or something, plan a week ahead, or let the person know at the spa, hey, I'm going to need you, or go out to that, go out to the gym or something. Okay, so Scorpio Sun and Scorpio Rising. Let's go a little bit further into your Earth sector. We'll come back at the end of the video and focus a little bit more into that. But when it comes to your work and finance, okay, when it comes to things of the physical realm, we have the World card upright. Now, this represents so many multiple things, and I do see you here, Scorpio. This represents an ending as well as beginning. So this is a very true week of building up to something happening. So I see shadow work. I see some secrets that are coming up, things that are being communicated. But overall, and at work, we have an ending. We have something that's ending at work, so something good can start again. And I see that, Scorpio, that you're going to be a part of that big change that is happening at work. Now, when it comes to communications with yourself and others, when it comes to your air sector, Scorpio Sun and Scorpio Rising, we have the Five of Swords upright. So we have somebody that's doing you dirty, okay? We have somebody that's communicating outside of your safe space that is not doing the best. Now, here's the thing. That's their karma, okay, Scorpio? Now, we have somebody that's like throwing your name and not in the best way. It just feels really, like somebody's just angry at you. Now, that communication, again, how you take it, there's that emotional block. What are you going to do with it, right? Are you going to walk away from it? Are you going to act on it? I see that this is going to be very like a hard challenge for you to kind of like walk away from it. Now, when it comes to your emotions, Scorpio Sun and Scorpio Rising, when it comes to that, that passion that we have this week, we have the Four of Pentacles reversed. So I do see you spending money. I see that maybe whatever this person's caused you to have to to pay up, right? To pay a bill, to pay for this stuff. So I feel like there's a lot of like karmic energy that you're dealing with, a lot of endings that's starting to new beginnings. So if you feel like this week is just like, oh my gosh, what happened? What kind of show is this? I really feel that hopefully it's going to get better. But I feel like, if you feel like you're, like I said, you're going to need that massage, you're going to save that money, pull that money aside because it's going to be definitely needing your attention. Now, when it comes to your fire, when it comes to love, when it comes to passions, okay, Scorpio Sun and Scorpio Rising, we have the Three of Cups reversed. So we don't have the best of energy. We have some bad news or not, good news coming from our partner. We have our partner coming to us and saying that they're being influenced and heavily influenced by other people. Now, don't worry about this, Scorpio Sun and Scorpio Rising. This is something that you kind of knew this was coming. This was your intuition that was telling you that something was wrong with your partner. But nonetheless, again, you're going to be able to purify this energy. You're going to have a chance to make this energy a lot better, okay? So take that in mind. When things are happening, you are going to be able to go a little bit further. Now, going further into that new moon, into that earth sector, let's see what might be ending, what might be beginning, especially when it comes to something tangible, okay? We have the Page of Cups upright. So we're dealing with some kind of like child, some kind of immaturity. We're dealing with change that is going to benefit, okay, our children or something that is close to us. So even though something is ending, you are going to be a fresh start into something that's going to benefit a lot more. Now, the overall theme going into this new moon with this heavy, heavy influence. Now, highly suggest getting some energy work here with me. But if something that is going to be a theme for the mid of the week, we have a man holding heart, okay? So there is going to be a lot of love and things are going to be driven by passion. Be careful with this. Like I mentioned, you can go one way or you can go another way with this energy. It just depends on what you decide, okay? We'll come back by the end of the week. Let me know, Scorpio, how things are going to transform with you. If you're feeling heavily emotional, definitely reach out for a distance 3K energy session or a psychic session to see what we can do a little bit further. Thank you so much and have a happy new moon. And understand, if anything, Scorpio, ground yourself this round. Sagittarius Sun and Sagittarius Rising, welcome to your weekly tarot card reading for January 8th through January 14th. Now, we have some big things happening in the astrology. We have Mercury going into your sign of Sagittarius that is really going to launch you into that higher thinking. Now, Sagittarius, having the planet of like communication, longevity, thinking, higher learning in your sign is really going to help you manifest during this week. Now, we do have a square Neptune in Pisces in your mutable sign, so there is going to be emotional block. Now, Mars in Capricorn is going to bring a lucky break. So we are going to have an emotional block. It's how we respond to these emotions, which is really going to help determine how the rest of the week is going to go. Now, the new moon in Capricorn, January 11th and January 12th, big time for manifestation. Now, your new moon is going to be in the second house of Taurus, of things that are tangible and Venus energy. So let's dive into this a little bit further and definitely stay to the end of the video. And I'll give you a few extra cards. Okay, Sagittarius Sun and Sagittarius Rising. Let's go look at the overall theme. The overall theme that you might be experiencing during this week. Now, there's going to be some heavy energy, okay? Now, with the new moon is a shadow period. It's things that you do behind the scenes. You're probably not telling everybody, but nonetheless, it's slowly building. So I have purification here for you. So I really feel like here, Sagittarius, it says it's time for a cleansing. It's time for a detox of your body and your mind. So you're really, during this week, are going to be challenging the things that are coming here forward. I feel that you're going to be purifying that energy and making sure that it is what you truly want and what you truly desire. Now, Sagittarius, let's go into your work sector of your work and your finance. There's going to be so much heavy earth energy here. But let's take a look and see what's coming up for this energy, for work, what's being around you, what's being communicated. And we'll also go over what's being manifested. And what we have here is an opportunity. We have the Two of Wands, and not just an opportunity for you, it's an opportunity for your loved one here, okay? I see, Sagittarius, that you might be moving, you might be traveling, and you're going to be traveling here very soon, very quickly, especially within the next few weeks. Now, your job might want you to stay here, but you have better things. So I see that with this work and finance, there's going to be an opportunity within your work and then outside of the work. The choice is really this. Do you choose to stay there and wait a little bit longer? Or do you take a chance and do you continue to go? Either way, it's a really good energy. And again, it's how you respond. It's how you go into it and what you choose to do with it. Now, if you want to dive in further, definitely go to my website, moongirltarot.com, to get a personal report about that here for you. Now, when it comes to communications, when it comes to your communications with yourself and other people in your life and overall messages, we have the Judgment card. So yeah, even though you're getting opportunities and things that are happening, and of course your mind, you're putting it out there, you have people judging you, judging what you want to do, and even yourself judging if this is the right choice, okay? Now, I can't tell you if it's the right or wrong choice. You definitely got to trust that energy within and think about it. The overall week is purification. Sometimes this means meditation, sitting alone with yourself and kind of soaking in that energy. Now, going a little bit further into your emotional self, let's go into that blockage. Let's find out what might be keeping you from moving forward. We have the Four of Cups. So it's boundaries, it's other people, it's disappointment. Now, the week starts off very good. Now, you have great ideas. It's good opportunity that's coming through. Not everybody's going to be happy for you, Sagittarius, but that's okay. Understand who these people are. Come over here, celebrate with me, and don't worry about the judgment. But nonetheless, I can see it really affects you. There is some news. There's not the best of news. There is that energy that pivots, right? There's something that's heavy that happens around like Wednesday, Thursday, okay? Now let's look at your fire. Let's look at your passions. Let's look at your love. Let's find out what's coming up. Now we have the World card upright. So I see why you have a little bit of this energy, this Melanchon energy, this up and down of the week, because you do have something coming to an end, something that is ending, maybe some devastation news. But let me tell you, Sagittarius, by the end of the week, you're going to have good energy that's going to come out of this. You're going to have closure. That's a big word that comes out forward. It's weird. It's a weird word, closure, right? So it comes in a weird forms, and it's going to be definitely coming in pretty heavy there with you. Now, when it comes to this new moon in, Capricorn, you are going to be manifesting and getting things of tangible rewards or a tangible loss, depending on how it goes. So let's look a little bit further. Thank you for staying at the end of the video. Okay, so it is a reward. Woohoo! I was hoping that here for you. So there is a celebration. This is something of taking a risk that involves, again, another person, a joint, maybe your partner, maybe something that goes here forward. Let's look at the overall theme for your new moon, for the midweek that we have here for you, Sagittarius. Okay, so we have man holding coins. So it is money. There is an opportunity. And you know what it is? When it comes to other people's money, who cares, right? I'm definitely going to age this video, but we're in 2024 and everybody's talking about the Stanley Cups. Everybody's talking about who owns it, who doesn't own it, how much they cost and whatnot. And meanwhile, there you are, minding your own business, doing your own thing. You don't care how much it costs. You don't care if you have one or if you have 5 of them. You're worried about you and you're focusing on your goals, and it is an immediate focus. So this is really good. It's all about purifying that energy and associating that energy with positive influences, okay? Focus on those positive influences to get those positive rewards, okay? And definitely nurture this energy that is going to be coming here forward. And if you need to come see me for a distant 3K energy session or come to my office, definitely do so. And you can book that session at moongirltarot.com. All right, Sagittarius, have a wonderful week ahead, and come on back, comment down below, and let me know how everything turns out here for you. Capricorn Sun and Capricorn Rising, welcome to your weekly tarot card reading for January 8th through January 14th. Now, in astrology, we have a lot of things happening, a lot of things that are directly affecting you. We have the new moon in Capricorn, okay? And we have Mars in Capricorn, so we do have a lucky break. Now, there is a block. There's a square to Neptune in Pisces that is going to be a little frustrating of energy. Now, Mercury is going to be in Sagittarius. That is going to give you an opportunity for higher learning, higher expansion, and to change the influence in the universe if you are up to it. So without further ado, let's go into your weekly session and let's go a little bit more into that new moon in Capricorn, and make sure you stay to the end of the video because that is going to be in your first house of Aries, the first house of the self. So really how you put things forward is really going to help manifest things a lot quicker, and you probably see results within 2 weeks. Okay, Capricorn Sun and Rising, let's look at the overall theme. The overall theme for this week, okay? So we have the garden and the gate, and this means, and this represents that there is going to be karma. There's an opportunity. There is a window. You're outside looking in, right? You really want to see what else is out there. You're also wanting a better life. This is second chances, okay? And this is really taking gratitude and energy and reward and seeing what you can do with this. There's a lot of creativity, a lot of creative energy, okay? All right, Capricorn, let's go into your work and your finance. And of course, stay to the end of this video to find out more about the new moon. Okay, so for your work and finance and things that are tangible, we have the 8 of Cups. So we do have a change that's happening in your work and finance. We have energy that is, it's a little unsettling. We have the 8, so it's Scorpio. It's dealing with, an ego death. It's dealing with a transformation. It's you walking away from work. It's you walking away from this money. This is a huge change. And this is you walking away from somebody else's resources. So when it comes to your job, maybe you're not happy. Maybe you know that there's going to be a change at work. Maybe you can plan forward ahead. But nonetheless, there is something that awaits you more, okay? And we'll go more into that at the end of the video. Now, Capricorn Sun and Rising, when it comes to your air sector, when it comes to communications with yourself and other people into your life, we have the Ace of Wands. So this is coming up as an idea. There's some idea that you're sitting on, Capricorn, that you're like, I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if I'm going to do this. But you know what? This represents a chance. This represents a fire that's being lit of something that can be produced better. So when it comes to the areas of communication, we have swiftness, we have a chance, we do have a change of energy, and we have a change of how you're going to shift that. So that Mars in Capricorn, that lucky break is definitely going to come for you and with you and change that motivation mid-week. Now, when it comes to your emotions, your spiritual self, how you're feeling inside, we have the Moon card upright. And there's a lot of things, Capricorn, that you are holding in, right? You're holding it in, and I'm here to tell you, release it, okay? Even though it's a new moon and full moon's all about releasing that energy, a part to have something new, right? If we're going to grow something, if we're going to plant those new seeds, as everybody says, plant the new seeds for the new moon. Well, you got to clean your garden. You got to make sure that that stuff is working. You got to make sure you have the tools. You got to make sure you have the right soil. Heck, you got to make sure you have the right seeds. Are you planting the right seeds in the right zone? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things behind the scenes that are happening right now emotionally. And I want you to know that you're not alone and you're doing this shadow work and you're kind of like reorganizing these things. You're releasing these things. You're preparing these things. You're getting ready for something, okay? And if it's up to you, I really think it is. You're going to pull yourself out of that emotional rut, of that situation. Now, when it comes to your passions, it comes to your loves, the relationships with other people, of course, as well as with yourself, we have the Page of Cups reversed. So this is another dissatisfaction. This is something that is coming in pretty heavy. Heavy like energy, but again, it's how you respond to it. It's what you do with it. The square to Neptune in Pisces in that sense is also with like disappointment. But when we have disappointment, it's how we shine in those opportunities. So even though you have this demotivation, you do have things that can come out of this. You have opportunities. You have a shift in the moment. You have an opportunity to sit quiet with yourself in your shadow work and really make magic happen and magic manifestate. Now, the new moon is in your first house, so it's all about your mindset. If you choose to have, a productive, lifestyle this week, productive action, then you're going to get those productive results. You know what I'm saying? So let's go a little bit further into that work sector. Let's go a little bit further into that, what's coming through with that change in your work and money. Let's take a look and see what influence we have coming in here now. I highly suggest getting candle spells and work here with me this week. Definitely for you, Capricorn, Sun, and Rising, because there's a lot of things that you can shift into reality. Let's take a look here. It's definitely coming in. Okay. So we got 2 cards come up. It's your moon. I'm going to read it. So we have the 6 of Pentacles and we have the World card. So we do have an ending. We do have something that is walking away. You know this, but it's fident. Meaning it's you're done, but you're gonna walk into something better, an energy exchange. Okay, you give a little to give a little. Virgo-like energy. There's a Virgo-like here. Somebody to help you. Okay, there's energy here that's going to give and receive. There's something here about your work, even though it's ending. There's something new that's going to come out of it, even not more quickly. I like that for you. The overall theme for this new moon, we have financial constraints, okay? So with this new moon, you are dealing with money. You're dealing with boundaries of money and constraint of money, but you're working around it. You're manifesting and you're working around it, and you're able to be aware of it, if anything, to pull yourself ahead. I really think, Capricorn, if you focus on what is happening and what you can do for yourself and those opportunities and work on that shadow work, you're going to be able to make some big moves out of this big energy that's happening. Definitely check in back this week and let me know how things are changing. And keep in mind, this energy is going to be kicking up for the next 2 weeks. Sun and Aquarius rising, welcome to your weekly reading for January 8th through January 14th. Now, in astrology, we have a lot of things happening. We have Mercury going into Sagittarius, elevating this energy of communication and how you think. And this is going to come handy, especially with this heavy energy happening in the middle of the week, January 11th, January 12th. We have the new moon in Capricorn, okay? And this is going to bring some good reality, those harsh truths that you dealt with that Mercury retrograde, that new change of attitude coming through. Now we have Mars in Capricorn, this lucky break, or it could be something that breaks something else. We'll see how it goes. Now, new moon in Capricorn, Aquarius, you're going to be going through the 12th house, and that's home of Pisces. That's a lot of spirituality. That's a lot of shadow work. That's a lot of things that are happening within yourself, okay? So we'll kind of fine tune this energy and find out what's happening throughout this week. And thank you so much. And if you would like to get a session with me, all you need to do is go to my website, moongirltarot.com, and definitely check out the down bar below for your extended horoscope reading. Okay, Aquarius Sun and Aquarius Rising. Now, the overall theme, okay? The overall theme of this week, we have the World card, okay? And this definitely represents that Pisces-like energy. It represents that change. There's something changing. There's something that you want to change, and there's something that has to change. So there's a lot of like a spirituality. There's a lot of the self. And there's things that are coming from your ancestors, okay? This is a person outside of like the world, outside of the universe, you looking outside of everything. So there's going to be a lot of higher meaning within this week. Okay, let's take a look at your work and finance. Let's take a look at your earth sector, things that are kind of happening around you. Now, Aquarius, we have the 9 of Wands reversed. So when it comes to work, work's not going over very well. A lot of people are asking you what's going on. Maybe you're slipping with it. Maybe you're not getting enough sleep. But there's something here at work that has required your attention. You know, you missed an opportunity And that's okay, you think, but you keep missing them. So there is something happening here with work and finance. And there's a lot of people looking at you for answers. So with that being said, we'll come back with the new moon and find out what else is happening with that Aquarius-like energy with you. Now, when it comes to communications, the air-like energy, your communications with yourself and other people, we have the Six of Pentacles upright. So I really feel like Aquarius, this is a give and take transit. This week, when it comes to communication, you might be ghosting somebody. You might be holding the information. Then again, you might be pouring in the information. Try to find a balance. I really feel like you are really responding. You're responding to the energy around you versus trying to like obtain it. You are going to have that energy within the whole week to look at your actions or even pause your actions before they get a little too far. Now, when it comes to your emotional self, when it comes to your water sector and how you feel throughout this week, all right, Aquarius Sun and Aquarius Rising, we have the Seven of Cups. So there is that emotional block. There it is. There's that square to Neptune and Pisces. So there's a lot of things happening. There's a lot of what ifs. There's a change of mind. There's a change of heart. You're not too sure. And if anything, the change of heart is coming with relationships. You're not too sure if you want to pursue it. You're not too sure. And this is something that you've put a lot of energy in, Aquarius. You're not sure if you want it anymore, right? That's such the Aquarius thing. And that's okay. That's okay. You decided, you tried it, and you realize, you know what? I don't want it. So if anything, I feel like emotionally speaking, you're walking away from a lot of things, if anything, from someone. Now, speaking of love, speaking of passions and motivations, let's take a look at this week for you here, Aquarius. We got the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Swords upright. So new energy. It is. You are having a change of heart. You're introducing a new, like a new love, a new passion, a new sense of motivation. Something and someone else has sparked your fancy. So that explains why you're contemplating everything, why you're thinking about if this is what you really want, if this is where you want to be. And if you feel like you're on this like spiritual path, and you definitely are, because things are absolutely changing. Now, going a little bit further into the new moon in Capricorn, especially with that work and finance and things that are happening, right? You're feeling overwhelmed and overworked. Now, I see that you're going to have this opportunity to be honest with yourself and maybe get yourself out of this situation. I see the Queen of Wands upright. This is a very aggressive energy. So depending on how it goes, I feel like you are going to respond aggressively. And that's okay on how it goes. Now, your overall theme for this week, let's take a look and see how you're going to be handling this new moon into this influence going on to the next 2 weeks. We have Guardian. So you and your loved ones are spiritually protected. So you are going through a lot of changes. You are going through a lot of what ifs, and you don't have to worry about the other people, but you are worried about yourself. You are worried about hurting other people's feelings. You are worried about where these new changes bring you. And I see that there, Aquarius. So there's a lot of like meditation. Be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with other people. You'll probably be changing your mind. If you need a spell work, definitely reach out to me. So you could try to manifest something like grounding like energy for you. If anything, definitely ground yourself. It's okay to change your mind. If you tell somebody one thing, you definitely are going to change your mind. And come back by the end of the week and let me know what kind of progress and peace that you were able to achieve. Sun and Pisces rising, welcome to your weekly tarot card reading for January 8th through January 14th. Now we have a big energy happening in the universe. We have Mercury going into Sagittarius, your fellow mutable sign. We have square Neptune in your sign in Pisces, so we do have an emotional block. We have the new moon in Capricorn happening in the middle of this week, January 11th and January 12th, depending on where you are in the universe. And then we have Mars in Capricorn giving this lucky break. and depending on how you choose to take it. Now, the new moon in Capricorn, Pisces is going to be in your 11th house of other people. It is going to be communications in a sense of other people, third party energy, how you're influenced by this energy is going to be pretty big. Okay, and if you would like to get a session with me, just go to my website, moongirltarot.com, and here we go. Okay, so the overall theme, Pisces Sun and Pisces Rising, the overall theme for this week, let's go ahead and fine tune this energy here for you, and it is divine passion. So be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? Okay, now this is going to be very true because we have that square to Neptune. Now Neptune is that planet of mysticism, things that can be confusing, and also hidden messages. Okay, so be like bold when it comes to your passions and your pursuits and in the energy that you're getting this week. Now, when it comes to your earth sector, when it comes to your work and finance, Pisces, we have the Two of Pentacles reversed. So we kind of have you outside of the sense. Things that you want to manifest are already in your hands, whether you know it or not, right? You're wanting to achieve something. You want a choice. You want something that's yours, but you already have it. And here's the thing. Somebody else wants it too. They're requiring that energy, okay? That Venus energy is very taxing, right? Even though you have it, you worked very hard for it, you have other eyes on there with you, okay? That is coming for that hard work, that almost wants to take credit there for it, okay? So we'll go a little bit more into that, Pisces, later in the video and go more and see what changes might spark with that. Now, when it comes to your air sector, when it comes to communications, right, with other people and yourself, we have the Nine of Swords reversed. So this communication isn't something that's coming from yourself. It is coming from other people. Again, outside third party energy. That was a big theme. That is going to be a theme for what's happening around you and how you're influencing it. So I see that you're taking some other person's opinions extremely hard. And remember, those are just opinions. Those are not, undefined facts. But that is coming into a point to where it's making you think, second guess about this person, second guess the energy. Now, when it comes to your emotional self, your water sector, Pisces, and how you feel, we have the Three of Cups reversed. So we have energy that we're not necessarily celebrating. So harsh truths, things that are happening, a lot of shadow work. And shadow work happens when things aren't celebrating, when things aren't going the best way, but you're doing the best you can there, Pisces, okay? So you might be kind of sad and feeling this heavy energy. This new moon might be very emotional for you. You might be crying a lot, but that's okay. I want you to take back and soak in that divine passion and still go forward with your pursuits. Now, when it comes to love, when it comes to, yourself, when it comes to your relationships, right? With other people, let's fine tune that energy there for you. Because it's going to be a heaviness. So it's like all this energy that was coming there. Yeah, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So the wheel is turning. So when it comes to love, it comes to passion, it is going to be better news, right? It's better news, but it's all going to click together. One thing that started off kind of a little confusing, energy coming from third-party energy, is going to work itself out. As long as you're able to, direct that energy into your divine passion versus letting that third-party energy influence you in a negative state. Now, let's go a little bit further into the new moon in Capricorn. You're going to be dealing with third-party energy. So let's find out a little bit more from that earth sector. Now, it is definitely coming from the Lover's card upright, a choice. It comes from other people. It is definitely there. This is coming from somebody very closest to you. So this is going to be kind of hard with this energy that you are on the outskirts of this, sort of say. And things are changing. Now, it's not changing necessarily with, y'all are not breaking up. If anything, it's bringing you guys closer together. And you're trying to manifest something that's better for you and yourself and your partner. Now, the overall theme, Pisces, for this new moon that you're going through the 11th house is going to be strong, okay? You're stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome, okay? So definitely, no matter what the news is, no matter who is doing what, who's changing what, whose opinion of you it has, you stay constant. You stay clear, okay? Come back in this video. If you're having a hard time, reach out to me. I do distance Reiki energy healing and help you funnel that energy to something progressive and positive versus sulking that energy there. I can help you honor it, Pisces. All right, stay strong, stay positive. You're going to get through these dynamic changes, and definitely check back next week and see what's going to be happening. Thank you so much. Have a lovely week, Pisces, and I'll see you then.